In this video lecture, we are going to study about pharmacodynamics. Let us know what is pharmacodynamics and what happens in pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics is the study of action of drug on the body and their mechanism of action. It is the study where we will know about the effect of the medication on cell physiology and how the pharmaceutical response occurs in the body. There are two types of effects. They are primary effect and secondary effect. Primary effect is the reason for which we have administered medication to the patient, whereas the secondary effect is the side effect or adverse effect of the medication on the patient. For example, antihistamines are used to treat the symptoms of allergies. Example, levocetirizine. The secondary effect is caused by the antihistamine levocetirizine is drowsiness. It is because of depression of central nervous system. The secondary effect is desirable side effect if the patient requires bed rest. And if the same patient intends to drive a car, then the side effect, which is drowsiness, will become an adverse effect to that particular patient. Coming to the drug action. Drugs exert their effects at molecular level and they also act by stopping or partially stopping important ions entering the cell. Means they can activate or they can block or they can partially block the receptors present on the cell membrane. They also interferes with the enzymes that are produced in the body. Either they accelerate the enzyme activity or they inhibit the enzyme activity. And they also transports chemicals from cells and into the cells. Drug action relies on route of administration, rate of absorption, and manner of distribution. If it is administered orally or if it is administered intravenously, their action will differ. And the rate of absorption also affects the drug action. If the rate of absorption is more, then the drug action is very fast. And the manner of distribution, if the distribution is very fast, then the action is very fast. And the duration of drug effect involves how quickly it is removed from the body. So for example, if the drug has very less duration, then it is eliminated very fastly. Some drugs, when absorbed from the stomach, enters into the circulation and passes through liver. This is called as first pass effect. Means when a drug is administered through orally, it is metabolized in the liver. If the metabolized product of the drug is inactive, then the drug which is administered is of no use. So it is called as first pass effect. In such cases, we must prefer another route of administration over the oral administration. Drug action also affected by drugs affinity. Means if the drug has greater affinity, then there will be better drug action. If the drug has low affinity towards the target or site of action, then there will not be any sort of response. We need to learn one more thing: medication time response. Medication time response is the time period that passes between the medication administered to the patient and the pharmaceutical response. In short, the time taken by the medication to show its effect from the administration is called as medication time response. There are three types of medication responses. They are onset of time, that is the minimum concentration of the medication to cause initial pharmaceutical response. For example, if we take some drug and it is intended to show its complete action at 30 minutes, then it starts its action at 25 minutes, then 25 minutes is the onset time response. And peak time response. Peak time response is the period when the medication has its highest blood or plasma concentration, means the drug shows its maximum effect at a particular time. We call it as a peak time response. And the next one is duration. Duration is the length of time that a drug maintains the pharmaceutical response. All three response times must be considered when prescribing medication to determine when the medication becomes effective, most effective, and no longer effective, and even when the medication will reach toxic level. So, for example, onset of time shows or gives us effective medication effect, and most effective is at peak time response, and no longer effective means after the peak time it starts decreasing its medication action, and even when there is a longer duration of that particular drug present in our body, then it gives toxic level, and it will reach toxic level. Coming to the receptor theory. Receptor theory explains us how the medication acts in our body. The receptor theory says that cell membrane has receptor sites referred to as reactive cellular sites to which the drugs will act upon. Receptor sites on cell membranes are proteins, glycoproteins, proteolipids, and enzymes. Rapid cell membrane embedded enzymes means the enzymes that are present on the cell membrane which activates the medication activity. When the drug comes and binds to the enzyme, and which will initiate a type of physiological response. Rapid ligand gated ion channels. Ion channels are the proteins that are present on the membrane of cell. When the drug comes and binds to the particular ion channels, either they close or open and allows the movement of ions across the membrane. Rapid G protein coupled receptor systems. The medication binds with the receptor, causing the G protein to bind ZTP guanosine triphosphate phosphate. An enzyme inside the cell then initiates a physiological response and results in the opening of an ion channel. Means when a drug comes and binds with the Z protein that is present on the cell membrane, inside of the cell there will be an enzyme which will initiate the physiological response. Prolonged transcription factors. Transcription factors are the proteins that are present in the cell which helps in the transcription of DNA, resulting in the production of proteins or mRNA. Where the medication binds with the transcription factors affects the transcription, which leads to a physiological change. Coming to the categories of medication action. means in what categories the drugs will act. There are four types of medication actions. They are stimulation or depression. These medications increase or depress cellular activity, means either they can increase the physiological activity or decrease the physiological activity. Replacement means the drug replaces the essential body compound that is present in our body. Example, hormones, insulin and estrogen. When their levels are very low in our body, like for example insulin, lower levels of insulin in our body in diabetes mellitus, sorry, in diabetes mellitus, whereas when the insulin is administered, it replaces the insulin in our body and shows its action. Inhibition. Inhibition means these drugs will inhibit the growth or activity of a particular cells. Example, penicillins, which interferes with the medication action of the which interferes with the bacterial growth or elimination of bacteria. Irritation. These medications irritate cells to cause a natural response that has therapeutic effect, such as irritating the colon wall to stimulate the defecation. And next, agonistic and antagonistic action of drugs. Agonists are the drugs that activate receptors to produce a response. Opposite to that agonist is antagonist. Antagonist will inhibit the response of a receptor, that is antagonist. Partial agonists means they produce a response which will be very lesser than the agonistic activity. Inverse agonist. Inverse agonist means which reduces the normal activity of the cell. The difference between agonist and inverse agonist are agonists can activate a cell or a receptor and to produce a complete physiological response. Antagonist means they completely inhibit or block the cellular response. Partial agonist means they will not give full cellular response. And inverse means on a normally responding cell, the responses are decreased or the activity of the cell is decreased, then it is called as inverse agonist. Competitive agonists are the drugs which prevents the activation of the cell by their normal agent. Example, acetylcholine blockers, which will stop the action of acetylcholine, and this such type of drugs are called as competitive antagonists. Non-competitive antagonists are the drugs which blocks the receptor but not in a permanent way. Coming to the therapeutic index and therapeutic range. Therapeutic index identifies the safety margin of the drug. It is the ratio of therapeutic dose in 50% of persons or animals and the lethal dose in 50% of animals. Therapeutic dose is written as ED50, also called as effective dose 50, and the lethal dose of in animals is written as LD50, means lethal dose. The closer the ratio is to 1, the greater the danger of toxicity. Next, combined action of drugs means when there is combination of two drugs, then the drug's action is defined in these terms. They are addition. Addition means the response given by combined drugs, which is equal to the combined responses of the individual drugs. Means 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Means if we have a drug 1 and we had another drug 1, which will gives one will give one response and another one will give another response. Both the responses commuted to give double response. We call it as additive effect or addition. Synergism. Synergism is the combined action of two drugs, which is greater than the sum of two drugs acting independently. Means if we are giving one drug, it shows some action, and another drug also shows some action, which may result in additive effect. But whereas in synergism, it gives double action. Means the action of one will be doubled because of another drug, and this drug action will be doubled because of first drug. We call it as synergism. And next one is potentiation. Potentiation means, for example, if we give a drug A and B, A will not have any effect, but it increases the action of B. That is called as potentiation. Adverse drug reactions and side effects. What is ADR and what is side effect? Any unexpected or unintended or undesired or excessive response to a medication may or may not be preventable is called as adverse drug reaction, which we do not want it, or which cannot be expected by a drug. So then that is called as adverse drug reaction. Examples are drug allergy or idiosyncratic reaction. Side effect is a predictable adverse drug reaction, whereas means in adverse drug reaction we cannot say this type of effect will come for taking this particular drug. We cannot expect, but whereas side effect is expected. As we studied in earlier, antihistamines like levocetirizine causes drowsiness, but it is used to treat allergies. The drowsiness is the side effect. Because we already know that while when we take that particular cetirizine, we will get drowsiness. That is side effect. But when there is any unexpected thing or unpredictable response occurs in our body, then definitely it is called as adverse effect. Side effect is any undesirable effect of a medication that is expected or anticipated to occur in a predictable percentage of patients to who receive a given medication. Usually it will be resolved after completion of the drug therapy. Coming to adverse drug reaction types, iatrogenic hazards means drug induced diseases. It is any potential or actual patient harm that is caused by errant action of healthcare staff members. As a responsible healthcare staff members, we should review the drugs that we are giving to the patients, because some drugs may potentially cause some sort of diseases or permanent diseases inside our body. So they are called as iatrogenic hazards or drug induced diseases. Next one is toxic effects. Toxic toxic effects are seen when given in higher doses. Example, general anesthesia. When they are given in higher doses, usually medullary region will undergo paralysis. Maybe the patient will undergo into coma or death. Idiosyncrasy. Idiosyncrasy means genetically mediated or determined abnormal reaction which is unpredictable. Means when after taking a drug, if we get any sort of response or undesired response and it is not known, the cause is not known, then we call it as idiosyncrasy. For example, if we take paracetamol tablet and the action shows like if we are getting any sort of leg pain for the paracetamol intake and it stops after we stop the taking paracetamol tablet, then the particular response we call it as idiosyncrasy. It is just an example. That means the paracetamol will not cause any sort of leg pain. Just I gave an example. Intolerance. Intolerance, it is the inability of the person to tolerate a drug. We do not tolerate anyone else. That is our psychological intolerance. Likewise, drugs. I mean, drugs. When a person takes drugs, they cannot tolerate them. Even at a smaller dose, they'll show exaggerated responses. For example, some patients, the same drug levocetirizine, when they take, they usually behave like they're drunk. They they show some drowsy signs. They sleep for all over the night because they cannot tolerate for a small dose. Even for a small dose, they cannot tolerate the response. We call it as intolerance. Coming to teratogenicity. Teratogenicity, it is the ability of the drug to cause a fatal abnormalities. Fatal abnormalities means when a drug is taken or administered to a pregnant woman before in the first trimester, definitely the causes disabilities or abnormal formation of the fetus. Example, tetracyclines. Allergic reactions or hypersensitivity reactions, which are one of the adverse reactions. They are immunologically mediated reactions and are of four types. And these are all anyhow they are not at all related with the therapeutic effect of the drug, but because of drug they may arise. They are type 1 anaphylactic reactions or immediate hypersensitivity, type 2 cytolytic reaction, type 3 retarded or Arthus reactions, type 4 delayed hypersensitivity reactions. We should know all these things in detail. Let us go into them. First one is anaphylactic reaction or immediate hypersensitivity reactions. Immediate means the allergy develops within minutes after the administration of the drug, resulting in bronchospasm, means constriction of bronchi, laryngeal edema, means swelling of larynx, and hypotension. The best example is penicillins. Penicillin causes allergic anaphylactic reaction, cephalosporin causes streptomycin. When they are given IV, immediately anaphylactic reaction occurs if they are not tolerant. Let us see how it occurs. Here, a masses is already sensitized by some agent. When we give another dose of paracetamol, then automatically mast cell will release its granules, causes allergic reactions like decreased permeability, vasodilation, rashes, flushes, and cell damage, bronchospasm, wheezing sound or wheezing cough, etc. Next one is cytolytic reaction. Cytolytic reaction means cell lytic action reaction. It is mediated by IgG and IgM antibodies. They are antigen antibody reactions which are occurring in our body, which results in the damage of cells, may result in thrombocytopenia, agranulocytosis, and aplastic anemia. Examples are anti-epileptic drugs like phenytoin and carbamazepine, and other drugs like sulfonamide and phenylbutazone. They acts as an antigen and body reacts with the body, which are recognized as an antigen, or drug is recognized as antigen. So when the drug acts as antigen, automatically the cells will activate other macrophages or neutrophils and causes the damage to the cells. For example, if we take if we take some drug like some X drug, and it is identified as antigen by by a mast cells or by some uh, antigen presenting cells, then automatically it is recognized as the infected cell. Usually that is not infected, that is our own body cell, and it is attached with some antigens, like means drugs, and the macrophages and neutrophils will act on that particular cell and damage that particular cell, causes damage, cellular damage. Type 3. Type 3 are also called as retarded or Arthur's reactions. These are all initiated by IgG. It causes vasculitis, inflammation in the blood vessels, rashes, fever, arthalgia means joint pains, lymphadenopathy, serum sickness, and Stevens-Johnson syndrome. These are all caused by phenytoin, sulfonamides, aminopenicillins, etc. Here, the IgG antibodies will attach to the drugs, and this complex will deposit somewhere else in these drugs somewhere else. Some cells it gets attached with these cells, and when this antigen antibody complex gets attached, automatically the enzymes will be released by the macrophages or any sort of WBC, resulting in the damage of that particular cells. Next one, delayed hypersensitivity reactions. Delayed means occurs at very rare. T cell lymphocyte carrying receptors for antigen mediated response, causing local allergies, fever, and photosensitization. Means here the antigenic reactions will occur very delayed, or occur at a mean occur delayed lately. Means in these T cell T lymphocytes and macrophages are mediated. The antigen reacts with receptors on T lymphocytes, which provide or which produce lymphokines, leading to local allergic reactions. Usually contact dermatitis, which is seen in doctors and nurses. So by this we have completed pharmacodynamics.